Integrated offender management is an evidence-based approach to managing those offenders in community who are contributing to community harm. We know that these offenders have complex needs such as addictions, mental health, poverty, housing, and we work with our community partners to assess the risks to reoffending, the needs that the offender has, and we work together with the offender and community stakeholders to meet those needs and hopefully interrupt the criminal lifestyle. Offender management has been proven to reduce reoffending or recidivism in priority offenders. It allows us to interrupt the crime before it happens by properly supporting offenders who are at high risk to reoffend. Integrated offender management is a program that focuses on the small number of offenders who are contributing the most to crime and crime stats in communities. What we know is that eventually most offenders will end up back in community. Eventually they're going to be released. If they're released back into community facing the same driving issues that they went into jail with, if they have untreated addictions and mental health, if they're still struggling to find housing, if they are in poverty, when they're released from jail, they're going to have those same problems as they re-enter the community. If they have the ability to be employed, but maybe don't have the skill set to write a resume, get a job, those types of things. We want to ensure that we're connecting them to the proper supports within the community that can help them with that. Sometimes it's finding proper housing. There may be some hidden homelessness issues. We want to make sure that we can properly support these offenders, get their basic needs met, which will allow them to begin to thrive. The goal is to reduce offending entirely, and we can do that using different strategies of suppression and enforcement or the prevention and intervention piece. When we onboard offenders into integrated offender management, we select those offenders who are contributing to the most harm in their communities. We do this with data and analytics and harm scores that are attached to different offenses. We've been tracking the harm scores of these offenders over time and have consistently seen that the harm scores of these offenders is reduced when they participate in integrated offender management. Integrated offender management is great for the offenders that are participating in the program. You know, we've been able to demonstrate that we can assist them in different ways with housing, employment, addictions and mental health supports. Are contributed to by our taxpayer dollars. We want to see our offenders accessing some of these things less and on a more sustainable way. And ultimately, it's a win for everyone. It's a win for the communities. It's a win for our stakeholders. It's a win for the offenders. The strategies that integrated offender management use to manage offenders are relatively new for police and sometimes new for some of our community partners as well. Our old ways of relying on enforcement to break the cycle of offending have not been demonstrated to actually work. And so we're trying on something new that we have seen works, it's effective, but it's new to us. And we are continually adapting and learning and applying best practices. And the practices of integrated offender management are well studied. They're being adopted not only in Alberta, not only across Canada, but in other parts of the world who are some of the leaders in this type of work, and we're happy to be participating. Integrated offender management allows us to help build transition plans with our community stakeholders to support some of those needs, to meet some of those needs. And what we see is that when offenders have the ability to access services in non-crisis situations, that they're able to have better long-term outcomes. One in particular that I can think about was a gentleman in a rural community in Alberta who, when we started him on the program, he was actually quite anti-police, didn't have a good view of the justice system, had not had great experiences overall. And we were able to sign him up to be a part of Integrated Offender Management. We worked with him along with several community partners to address some of the things that had been problems for this individual for most of their lifetime. They had familial conflict, they had addictions issues that had never been treated or addressed. They had difficulty maintaining employment. They'd had difficulty with poverty. And these were some of the things that as a team we took on to address with him. Throughout the offender's time on the program, we were able to create a connection between this offender and an addictions and mental health worker who was able to do counseling with this person. We were able to have compliance with probation and reporting. We were able to support him in finding suitable employment that allowed him to make an income, have some sense of pride in himself, and generally do better. This individual was a part of Integrated Offender Management for about a year, and his attitude changes toward police, probation, law enforcement, and the justice system were huge. By the time he graduated, he was a really big fan of this idea of integrated offender management. He had a really great relationship with his offender manager, a constable in the area. He spoke really differently to probation, and he went through a transformation as a part of integrated offender management. And we're super happy to see that success. Integrated Offender Management in its early stages underwent an evaluation to determine whether or not it was actually doing what we wanted it to do, which is to reduce recidivism in priority offenders. This evaluation demonstrated that we, on average, over the course of about a year, were able to reduce reoffending in priority offenders at 36%. When we have reduced crime, we see reduced victimization. These are all things that contribute to the overall goal of community safety and well-being for Albertans. Offender management is a modern way of applying both enforcement policing measures along with holistic supports to reduce reoffending in offenders who live in urban areas or rural areas. The goal is to properly support and create accountability in offenders who live in any jurisdiction within Alberta. The goal is, if we can reduce their offending, that we can promote community safety and make sure that people feel safe within their homes and their communities.